Good morning. It's about 8 a.m. I'm just about to head down the creek. Should be interesting to see how much water's there. It was disappearing quite fast yesterday, so not sure if we're going to have any left. Fingers crossed. As long as there's enough just for panning, which I'm sure there will be, but sluicing might be off. Oh well, see you down there in a mo. So yeah, we don't have a lot of water left, unfortunately. It was a lot higher yesterday, and towards the end of the day it had dropped quite a bit, not as much as it has now, and it was still a bit of a pain towards the end of the day, with all the sort of dead organic matter in the water, kept clogging up the pump thing, so I was just running back and forth between the sluice and the pump, and it just became a bit of a pain. So I'm not sure if I'm going to continue sluicing today. I might have to change tactics and hit some crevices, just do a bit of panning. Alright. Should be interesting to see if there's any gold in here. Surely. Alright, let's go pan her down. Alright, let's take a look. Haven't seen anything showing up yet. Nothing. What the hell? So I had to go over a couple of crevices with not a lot of success, unfortunately. And it's really proving hard to pan. You can see how deep that is. I've stabbed that into the bottom. There's bloody hardly any water left. So it's even tough to pan now. I mean, I could probably get some into a bucket, but can't really be bothered, so I think I'm just gonna call that one here. End this trip. This spot's done. I was hoping there'd be more water, so that's that. Probably pack up, and there's another spot I'm gonna head to on the way home. Spend a few hours there, scope that spot out. So that's gonna be the plan for the rest of the time. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be water at this new spot too, so won't have to deal with any of this rubbish. So a bit disappointing, really. I was getting okay gold out of that big hole, and I had another hole I was going to have a look at today, but can't win them all, so at least I got out it all. Got some colour. I reckon I might have got about 0.3, 0.4 of a gram yesterday, so yeah, we'll go see what this new spot holds. I'll just go pack all my stuff up. Rightio, so I'm all packed up, ready to go. Just going to head to another spot down the road, like I mentioned. It's probably about 5 k's away. Hopefully a bigger creek with a bit of water. So yeah, I've never been there before, so let's go check it out, see if we can salvage this trip. here, let's go see what we've got to work with. This is the creek just down here. Bone dry also. Damn it. Not even any pools. Well, I might go for a walk down that direction, see if I can find any pools. Hopefully. I'd like to have a check out on this area. So I've walked about 300 metres downstream. Tons and tons of blackberries lining the banks. But finally found some water, and a little bit just behind me as well. It's a really rocky creek. You can see tons of rock around, just built up everywhere, but not a lot of bedrock crevices. So, like I say, I found a little bit of water here. Well, a fair bit of water. If I wanted to, I could sluice out of that. And there's a couple of big rocks here. So I'm gonna, that material in there looks like it hasn't been moved for a while. But I might go grab my stuff and try have a bit of a dig around these rocks. See how it goes. Alright, let me go get my stuff. This was just that other bit of water that I mentioned just a moment ago. A little bit further upstream, about 50 metres upstream. But it's on there. This is coming sort of straight down here. And then it just hooks there. And there's quite a large sort of sandbank in the middle of that, on the inside bend there. So I just wonder if in the future that might be worth coming back with a high banker, sort of testing it out, see if I can find a pay streak in there, moving a bunch of material. I mean, I could high bank out of that water right there if I needed to now, let alone in winter there'd be plenty of water. So if I can find some gold after I get my stuff, looks like it might be a little promising area here. Rightio, so I've just come down with me pan and me bag. Don't plan on doing much, just want to see if I can find some colour at this spot. Crikey. Huntsman carcass. Yeah. Anyway. Oh. Rocks are pretty packed in there. Goes down and hits this pretty soft clay stuff. Simple pan. Alright, so we'll just go that much of a pan and we'll see if we can find some colour first up. Well, we got some colour, but it's absolutely minuscule. I mean, it's worth a poke around more. That was just one crevice. It's not necessarily a great place. But where are they? Two tiny bits of colour. Just in the middle of the screen there. That's how small it is. It's hard to find even. Another even smaller one above that. Alright, so rightio, just did pan number 2. with a bit more success. As you can see, those two little bits there out the front of my finger, they're not huge, but they're sort of chunky. I can feel them under my finger. If I got a bunch of that kind of stuff, it would weigh up pretty quick, so I'm pretty happy about that. Interestingly as well, I got that from the same hole that I dug last time, that first pan I took. But this time I got all that grey kind of material which was at the bottom of the crevice, sort of crammed in there. It's sort of a clay, gritty clay material, and that stuff had the gold apparently. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. Good signs. I'm going to fill up another pan even deeper in that crevice. Be interested to see what comes out of it next. Hopefully this grey stuff pays out again, because, you know, it's really easy to dig, as you can see down here. And then I've got to this section here and I've just scraped all this loose material here off the top. And you just get down to the layer where it's just like a sort of hard packed grey clay there, really easy to dig, and there's like tons of pans worth of material of that there. So I'm gonna fill that one up a little bit more and might be onto a winner. So I decided to move upstream, keep on moving on from that little bit that I was just working before, because I never really got anything that was as good as that first one, or that second one, which is a bit sucky. But anyway, and yeah, just walking downstream and saw this interesting rock here. It's just solid rock, but you can see it's made up of all this sort of aggregate, I guess, other rocks, some kind of concreted mass. Hadn't seen any of this until this little section. No real crevices or anything in it. Another little section here. It's pretty interesting though. Anyway, I'll let you know if I find anything else good. Rightio, so I think I'm calling it. This is going to be the end of my trip. Spent like an hour here, sort of just going up and down. I went about 500 metres at least downstream. Tried a bunch of spots, panning all the likely spots, even some unlikely spots, just to try to get a lay of the land here, and couldn't really figure it out. Never got anything as good as that second pan I had there, or better than that anyway. So yeah, so probably going to call that a day here. Haven't figured this creek out yet, but I know there's gold here, so I can come back whenever, if I ever need to. So yeah, I think I'm going to call the end of that trip here, and thanks again for watching. Alright, time to have a look at my taking for the weekend, now that I've arrived home. So we'll go ahead and get this out. Forgive the dirty water, that's all that was in the snuffer bottle. And here we have it, that's my hole. Not bad, maybe 0.3 grams in there. Alright, let's pop that on into a, well, let's get it out of the pan and weigh it up. around to see what we've got. Maybe 0.4 grams if I'm lucky. Alright, let's have a look. Onto there. That onto the scales. Turn them on. Zeroed. And then here we go. What is it? Huh. Would you look at that? Oh no, it's nipped up to 0.43. Hey, that's pretty good. Pretty happy with that. There it is, that's my take. Alright, well, thanks for watching my video. If you liked it, if you want to check out my next adventure, be sure to hit that subscribe button.